breaking news.
In breaking news, welcome back everyone to episode 7 of The Average Aussies. A bit of a weird one this week because we've had no games, but we do have a full house again. Django, welcome back, mate.
Thanks, boys.
How was the dreaded night shift?
Yeah, not the best.
Yeah, well, you were missed here, mate. We missed you.
Oh, thank you.
Comedic value. Fellas, how are we?
Good, mate. How are you?
Yeah, good, mate.
Good, mate. We're on the Bears, so we're pretty good.
On the Bears. Could get a bit interesting later.
A little bit heated.
A little bit heated. I haven't even sipped mine yet, so I'm looking forward to that.
Just delicious.
Watch for the fists, boys. So as I mentioned, we had a weird round, fellas. No games as due to the passing of the Queen, which is kind of all right, I guess. We'll, cheers to the Queen.
Cheers to the Queen.
But we have had some fucking big news going on. Chelsea sacked Thomas Tuchel.
Yes, I can't believe that, hey.
What do we think, fellas? That's insane.
In shock.
That is-
Ridiculous.
We all said our first manager sacking. No one even breathed the word Thomas Tuchel.
Nope.
I don't think anyone saw Chelsea having that start, though. That's the thing.
No,
That's also
someone,
true.
one of us did, I swear one of us did. Someone said, I think, was it you, Beef? You mentioned
I
that
said
he
Eddie
might
Howe.
sack them, and I was like, well, I don't think he would sack them. I think he would walk before they would sack him.
Nah, I said Eddie Howe.
Yeah, Ethan said Eddie Howe. New owners, Eddie Howe.
But we spoke. I can guarantee we've all spoken about Thomas Tuchel and Chelsea. I swear we have because
Maybe off the potty because
No, it was on. I'll find it.
We'll have to rewind.
I'm actually
All
not
right.
going to rake through the footage to find that.
That's a big
To the
effort.
fans. To the fans.
Yeah, can someone please let us know?
Terrible decision.
Yeah.
When you look at his win rate was something like 62%.
Yeah.
Which is just absolutely
He won in the
crazy.
Champions League,
He won
man.
in the Champions League. Don't forget, last year he was like Chelsea were there or thereabouts for the league until near the very
Yeah,
end.
exactly.
Yeah, FA Cup, League Cup.
He only lost like 20 odd games in
Yeah.
his whole time at Chelsea.
Incredible.
perhaps something happened behind the scenes.
Yeah, well,
I think so.
Did you hear that apparently the owner wanted to sign Cristiano Ronaldo as like a statement signing? And Tuchel was like, how do you want me to put him in this side? Like,
Isn't that just like a classic, like, I know football.
Yeah, exactly.
Sign
I buy football
37-year-old
club.
Cristiano Ronaldo.
That's what I read. I read that apparently the owner is way too controlling, wanted to manage the team, wanted to like pick formations like that.
Yeah, he
kind
wants
of-
to put his son as captain.
I'm serious. I'm serious. Like he wanted, like that's why he's trying to influence the signings. He wanted Cristiano Ronaldo to make a statement in the league when it would not fit the Chelsea side at all.
Fucking
Apparently, he was like talking tactics and like they were at loggerheads over the Ronaldo thing. I don't think they'd spoken for. I think I read like a week or something like that, and then
If
Thomas
that's
Tuchel
true-
didn't even know.
Yeah.
If that's true, that is terrible for Chelsea. Like, for Chelsea fans to know that that's your owner meddling in that.
But
Like,
great news for us
Yeah.
next round.
It's for all the London clubs. Fuck Chelsea, but at the end of the day, like I feel bad for Tuchel because he's a good manager and he's a character. He brought
Yeah.
like that whole Conte thing. Like he brought
Yeah.
a bit of fucking pizzazz.
He'll
to
be
the league.
missed.
It's like
And-
nerds can coach football teams.
and tactically,
Sorry to the nerds out there.
Tactically, I'm a
Tactically.
nerd. Fucking leave me alone.
he's right up there
Says the
with
jock.
the coaches in Europe. Like,
Yeah.
Like-
100%, man.
You're a
100%.
Champions League winner.
Yeah.
exactly.
Think of the teams that he's managed as well.
Well, that too, but what was I going to say? Yeah, apparently, like, I'm pretty sure they said that he didn't even know about it. Like, he rolled in the next day after the Champions League loss. He said that the place was empty, apparently, and then they just called him in the office and were like, we told the players to come back and, like, you know, a certain time, by the way, you got, like, an hour to pack your things and go.
What?
I'm pretty sure I don't like. Look, who knows? I could have just been reading the Mirror, and I didn't actually know. I think it was on Sports Bible or something like that. But
Does sound like a pretty
it sounds
Chelsea
like a Chelsea
though.
thing to do.
It
It's like
does,
you can't.
doesn't it? Yeah.
It's full Roman Abramovich style.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Well, that's
Maybe he's
that's who he's trying to take over
Still
from.
pulling the strings
Following in the
from Russia.
footsteps. But massive pickup for them, massive loss for Brighton. Graham Potter. I said it last week. He's next in line.
You
for a
did.
big
You
manage-
called it.
Great call.
big management spot, and Chelsea has snapped him up quick too. They didn't fuck around with it, did they?
Is that going to be good for Potter though?
Well, that's what I was going to say. If that's what
I
he's going
wouldn't do
into,
that.
if he's
No
going into
way.
Chelsea, who
No way.
like an owner who wants to pick formations and tactics and sign who he wants to sign,
Yeah,
like that doesn't suit Graham Potter.
there was talks midweek that he'd contacted Zidane, and then all of a sudden it's Potter, and I'm like, he's doing some great stuff with Brighton, but Chelsea's a different ball game there.
Give
you
him
know?
them players, I think he can do great. But if he's got to deal with that board as
Yeah.
well, who knows what can come of
Yeah.
that? Like,
But
that
a
just,
lot of money talks though.
I
doesn't
mean,
it, boys?
the only thing I can say for Graham Potter's sake is you take that Chelsea job because anything after that is going to be bigger than Brighton.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
And
Yeah,
once you go to
true.
Chelsea, you're not really going to go back to like a Bournemouth or whatever.
No.
and
So-
think of the cash that he would be on.
Exactly.
I'm interested to hear from Chelsea fans as well. If you're a Chelsea fan, tell us what you think about Potter. It's a big change from Tuchel to
Yeah,
Potter.
and losing Tuchel, what do you think about that?
Yeah, a lot of Chelsea fans I know are pretty disappointed about it.
You would be.
I would be.
I was shocked when I saw it. Like,
see
yeah,
the-
they haven't had a great start to the season, but Christ, like, that's not.
And what happens to Brighton now? Because
Adam Lallana takes them to the championship.
player manager, that's awesome. to be
Yeah.
honest
That
to
is
say.
old
That's-
school. I
that's
haven't seen that
hectic.
in
Yeah.
years.
And
But-
I've always been quite fond of Lallana, so hopefully he can do good things.
Yeah, well, we'll see. We'll see. Who knows? It could resurrect the old player manager. That could be
Oh.
cool. But the only thing with Brighton is it's fully stripped there. Like, they didn't just take Potter. Like, obviously, Potter doesn't do all the work. So
Took the whole
he's
backroom
taken his
stuff.
whole backroom
Yeah.
stuff, I'm pretty sure.
It's normally what happens, yeah.
So it's just gutted Brighton. Like, if you're a Brighton player going into that, like, going back to Brighton the day after he's gone, it's completely different now.
Yeah.
But are they
And
going to use that money?
They've taken 6 blokes out and put
Adam Lallana in charge.
You're one of the coaches.
Well, they're coming
sessions now.
fourth as we speak.
That's what I mean. So it's like,
Let's have a look in 2 months and see what's
as a
happening
Brighton
there.
Yeah.
fan, you'd be like, fuck,
14th.
This is it. This is our chance to like
Yeah.
make Europa League or whatever.
To be fair, with Adam Lallana, yeah, he's player manager, but how much does he play now? Like, he seems to get injured all the time anyway.
well,
so-
he just doesn't play.
surely. And obviously he's done his coaching tickets and stuff like that. So
Yeah, I didn't even know. Like, you hear of players that you know want to
just
move
do it.
into coaching.
You never
Like, you
hear
hear
about it.
stories about him doing tickets and like stuff like this, but I wouldn't have picked Lallana.
Well, he's had
Arteta-
enough time off with injuries, hasn't he?
Well, that's the other thing too. I'm pretty sure that's what Jack Wilshere started doing. Like, but Arteta, he started his badges while still playing. I'm pretty sure.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
So did Per.
Gerard did.
Yeah. So it's a
Looking
done
towards
thing.
the future.
Yeah.
Oh no, it's cool. I'd like to see the outcome
You know,
of
you
it.
think of those athletes and sports stars and all that don't really think about the future. It is kind of good to see them thinking post-football.
Or you just do a Robbie Fowler or Michael Owen and just like buy heaps of racehorses.
Yeah, I'd just be rich.
To be fair, a lot of people hate Michael Owen as a pundit. I love him, mate. I reckon
Oh, he's
classic.
always good for a laugh,
Yeah, he's
isn't
good
he?
for a bit of a laugh. And
He's hit and miss.
I think when he started, he was real like you get them clips of him saying like, well, they're only going to win if they score goals.
Yeah,
and, like,
yeah.
like all that random shit. But like, if you get him like when you watch them Optus sports shows and he sits down and analyzes a game,
Very good insight,
yeah,
eh?
he was a very good player. You gotta remember? Like,
amazing
It's
player.
crazy that
Yeah.
he went to Real Madrid and stuff.
Until he left, yeah, he was
Yeah.
fucking insane.
He didn't actually want to
No, he
leave.
didn't wanna go,
He got
yeah.
forced out.
Yeah.
So, which is unfortunate to think what might have been if he had
Hmm.
stayed. But
Yeah.
Yeah. All right. Well, that's the news. Was there any other news that we missed while we were
don't think so.
away?
I think so.
That pretty much happened the day after we
Yeah.
recorded,
did.
unfortunately.
Early in the week.
All right. Well, we're going to go with a bit of colour to start off with. Beef's got some trivia lined up for the boys.
All right. Into the secret pocket. Brooksy's trivia.
Jeez.
They haven't seen these. Okay. I've got 4 questions. First 3 as usual. We go around. The last one's the first person to yell it out.
What's our buzzer?
All right. We'll get there. We'll get there when we go to question 4.
I need to know.
Okay. So if you watch it on TV or on YouTube on your phone, yell it out before the boys do, and you can.
And we'll give you a prize.
Okay. First question. So Jake, it's yours, then it goes to your left.
Okay.
Who has the most assists this season?
It's not the usual suspect, is it?
Don't know, but you got 5 seconds.
KDB.
Correct.
Like, he's just been banging at me.
It gave everyone at home a bit of time to answer it before.
I'm sure everyone at home got that before you, Jay.
Leo,
Oh, God.
which Premier League team has the longest unbeaten home run at 86 games?
Home run.
I know this one.
Is it City?
Incorrect. Fig?
Is it Chelsea?
Correct.
Oh, God.
Jose Mourinho.
All right. Fig, to get 2 questions right, mate.
Yeah, mate.
Has an English manager ever won the Premier League?
No.
That is correct.
Yes, nice, Fig.
All right, so the last one, you just yell the answers. No buzzer. Just
Can we
whoever
yell
gets
our
it.
name first?
No.
Okay.
You just got to yell the answer.
All right.
How many goals has the top goal scorer, Alan Shearer, scored?
286.
260.
Correct. Well done, Jake.
Dead fellas. That was
Well done,
fire.
boys. There
Well
is
done,
some
Ethan.
Shared knowledge across. So
Shared knowledge across, obviously none from me. So that's why I just pushed the conversation in the directions that it needs to go.
on that note,
Nah,
back
man.
to you, Leo.
Oh, thanks. Thanks for that, Beef. So we put out on Instagram. By the way, I forgot to do it at the start. My usual like, subscribe, comment, please. Like, if you're watching it, just make an account, have a little subby sub. Hit the notifications if you want to know when it comes out, usually mostly on Thursdays. Like the video. Give us a comment. Tell us what you like, what you don't like, please. Socials, TikTok. No, not really TikTok. Go Instagram.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Twitter.
We're
And
too
the-
old for TikTok, isn't it?
Yeah, I just get too much.
We're not here
I
to-
just get too much hate on TikTok. I get absolutely reamed on. Like I cop a little bit on Instagram. I can deal, but TikTok is vicious. It is. Have you just read what the shit they post?
I'm not on TikTok, so I'm
Oh,
unaware.
don't get on there. It's horrible. And the fantasy league. Have we had anyone sign up to the fantasy league?
I don't
Not
think we
this
have.
round.
I haven't had to check
We
it.
need people to sign up. Get involved.
Yeah, we're thinking there could be a prize for the winner at the end. We're thinking of an average Aussies jersey.
And
Which ain't
your
average.
team jersey as well.
Both.
So
How
the
much
boys-
money
this
do
guy's
we
breaking the
have?
bank over
Barclay
here.
Markets, though, it's not official.
No way. If you win the fantasy
you know what?
league,
We'll give you a full kit. Just don't worry about it. We'll give you.
Ethan's
Well,
going to
he
take
said
you
it.
on an all expenses paid trip to the Bahamas.
Yeah. Non-genuine.
if we chuck in $30 each, we'll get the winner a kit of their choice.
No, I reckon.
A jersey.
I reckon if
He drives
our
a hard
little
bargain.
secret average Aussies comes together, that could be the winner. You know what I'm saying?
Oh.
You picking up on
Look,
spicy?
we can agree there'll be a prize. We can discuss the finer details
all
later.
right. There could be a prize.
But you've got to be in
Depends on
it
how
to
many of
win
you
it.
subscribe.
Comment
And
what prize you want.
and
It's a cap of $114.50.
Plus postage and handling.
as Fig, I said, you got to be in it to win it. Because if you're not, you're like the kid that fell out of the tree. You're just not.
Yeah.
I love that. So.
With fantasy, I'm just so
You
glad to
didn't
be,
even finish it.
I got to
glad to be above John Clark still.
Ethan, don't you have a player you have to mention in this podcast too?
Oh, I forget his
Haaland.
name.
Haaland.
It was like
I think
Johnny Bravo or something.
No. You got to do it in conversation. I think I'll be able to do it. I think I
Okay,
can
you remember who it was?
We'll discuss it in the break.
I think I can remember.
Oh,
I remember who it is.
Yeah, I
the
remember.
DD.
Exactly. I was going to use it just then. It's so easy. He's up-
Speaking about fans, but we got a few fan questions.
yeah,
didn't
sorry. We'll get.
We can just cut that 2 minutes out.
Yeah, sorry. That's absolute dribble. So we had put on Instagram, we put up a little thing for some fan questions, and you guys come back with some great questions. So thanks heaps for the interaction. Appreciate it. Vigos, why don't you kick us off with the first question? What do you
All right.
got? What do you got here?
So the first question was from Diggs, and he said, "You have an unlimited cap. Who is in your ultimate team of the year?" And I think here he might be referring to fantasy.
Well, yeah, I'd say so. So we will mix that with Tubbs had a question, what our current best 11. We'll mix them two questions together because that's pretty much going to be the
Well, it would be, wouldn't it? Yeah.
whatever you can take.
like it.
Are we
Right,
doing
well-
individual ones, or are we going to come up with an
No,
average Aussie's best 11?
I think we'll discuss it amongst each other. How long do we have? We couldn't need an hour for this.
Oh, well, okay. First, we've got to decide formation. What are we running? We running a 4-3-3 because that's the standard these days.
4, 2, 3, 1.
Oh, just because Arsenal play it.
Well, isn't that what most people play these
No,
days?
everyone plays 4-3-3.
That's what
so we'll
Liverpool play you.
no, they do not. We'll be running a 4-3-3.
Don't do a formation battle with him.
Oh, yeah. I
This
know.
is like my days managing
So-
Colo All Age Men threes.
We know.
But I didn't really get to pick as much as deal with who showed up, not too hungover.
Yeah, well, that's true. And the other thing you got to remember is we used to have to go to Nudo's house and we played FIFA. We didn't have to go to Nudo's house, by the way. We were
Yeah, it wasn't-
invited.
but
and
we
wanted-
did have to
and we
play
wanted
FIFA.
go. But you had to play FIFA, right? And you had to make your character. And your character had to look as identical to you as we could get it. I think me
we,
and
were,
Nudo's...
we were like
How-
14, mate.
How long did we spend one night? I think... I'm not saying...
The
I
whole
didn't-
fucking night.
I'm pretty sure we spent like a good
I don't
6
think we even
hours.
got to play in a game.
We did. We went to bed and then played it the next day. Anyway,
Great fun.
It's the deja vu
All right.
way, boys.
keeper.
So, GK, who are we?
Edison, without a doubt.
Ethan?
He's not scoring that much, though.
Edison?
He's just
Oh,
getting-
you're going off fantasy. I'm just going off pure.
Yeah.
See,
Yeah, Edison.
for me, I'm
But he's
obviously
not-
going to say Allison.
Yeah.
2 reasons. One, he plays for Liverpool. Number 2, I think that him and Edison, like Edison's probably better with his feet, but Allison's a better keeper because Allison has to bail us out all the time. Edison never has to bail out City.
Yeah.
I would rather have,
I do agree
like
with
at the
that.
end of the day, a goalkeeper's there to save goals. I think Allison is better at that than Edison is.
Better shot stopper.
Yes. But Jake,
But here's my thing, right?
yes.
Sorry.
That's all right.
Yep.
So we're going to create the best 11 that we can.
Mm-hmm.
You don't want, then they're not going to have to make that many saves.
Well, wouldn't you want the best goalkeeper?
Yeah, I want the best distribution because I think that's what he's going to do more of if he's the best 11 of the Premier League.
Well, who's had more assists, mate?
I don't care. I'm saying.
Who scored more goals?
For fuck's sake.
Jake, you're going to have to make a call.
Yeah, Jake, you got to
Otherwise,
make a call.
we spent 10 minutes on every player.
Who have you got, Beef?
Edison.
Edison.
Of course he's got
Yeah,
Edison.
Edison.
I don't fucking go for City.
All right, it's Edison.
That wasn't on tape, was it?
Edison.
Sorry, City.
All right, left back.
Left back. Who's the gun left backs in the game?
Robbo.
So gone a bit of a left-right out
I'd,
position, isn't
I'd
it?
go with Robbo.
Yeah. But it doesn't seem like Klopp's going with Robbo
I was
these
going to
days.
say he's not in the greatest of form.
I certainly wouldn't be going Tsimikas.
Is
Form
Reece
is-
James a left
No, he's
back?
right back.
Fuck, there's so many good right backs,
Yeah.
isn't there?
Yeah.
What's
Zinchenko?
Form is,
Nah, see, Zinchenko's a great player, and don't get me wrong, but I think he lacks a little bit of defensive nous.
Yeah.
And
I get that, but how are we playing? We're playing.
Why
Playing a
don't we?
4-4-3.
How about chuck a fucking Kieran Tierney in there? He's a
I don't know
pretty
if you can say he's the best left back in the league, though.
He's not even the best left back at Arsenal.
I'm going to go Robertson as well.
It's settled.
Then.
Not on this season, but I can't think of any other
Well,
left backs.
I was going to say, like, if we're going to look
going
at,
off this
are we
season.
going off?
We're going off this season
But are
right
we
now.
going off the best players in the Premier League for that 11, or the most current informed players? Because there's a like, you
gonna
know,
have to
the
make a
old
decision
saying,
here.
like,
Well, we said fantasy and the current best 11. So current and fantasy pretty much coincide with what is happening right now.
well, then with that, our team's going to be stacked with Brighton players.
Okay, let's start.
All right, what's next, Fig?
All right, we got left centre half.
Left centre half. Virgil plays right, doesn't he?
No, he normally plays left.
I'd go Virgil then.
Virgil.
He's not in the greatest of form, but you trust him with good plays around him, surely.
Good point.
BVD.
Good point.
Right centre half.
Probably Cancelo.
He normally plays left back. He doesn't normally play.
Oh, well, if I'd go. No one
Cancelo
told me
over
that.
No returns.
All right, let's just say that we'll have Robbo / Cancelo because we can't debate this for four.
We
4
definitely
hours.
should have researched this before we
exactly.
started.
Hey, you can. I'm the computer. You give me what you want, and I'll
okay,
relay.
Sorry, my bad.
So right centre half.
With a slight bit of bias.
Who's sorry, everyone.
Oh,
Who's-
okay.
Who is City's right centre half?
Well, you can
Diaz,
pick
isn't it?
Yeah, Diaz.
Or
Stones
To
has
be
been
fair,
playing there
they're
as well,
not
hasn't he?
great.
Stone. I wouldn't put Stones.
No,
in. I
but
don't
I'm
rate
just
Stones.
saying.
Or
No,
Laporte.
certainly would put Stones.
Yeah, I'd probably go Laporte.
But he's out
True.
injured though.
Hey.
Yeah, but he's. I don't think it's. Is it who we're picking for Saturday's game?
let's go Laporte.
Yeah,
All
all
right.
right. On talent.
All right.
Yeah.
This is why we're heaps good at fantasy, everyone.
Right back.
Right back.
back.
Takahiro Tomiyasu.
Oh,
Who's that?
Never heard of her.
Just not even a funny joke, you guys. Like, no one's laughing.
I don't know what that is.
No one's laughing.
He's a centre back for Arsenal who's got shifted out
not
to
a
the right.
He plays centre back for Japan. That's it.
Who cares?
That's he got shifted in
We can
from
talk
the
about that in the World Cup.
All right, I'm going to go
Use the
Reece James.
flogs, honestly.
Reece James.
Yeah, Reece James.
Yeah, Reece James.
Yep. It hurts me not to say Trent, but like
But he can't
Not
defend.
this
he
so-
just. I think that he can, but I don't think he
No,
can defend
can't
good
defend.
enough.
He's a midfielder. He's a winger.
Yeah. I know I'm always super
pretentious little
critical
winger.
of Trent.
Okay, that's enough.
What's
I'm
next,
taking notes
Fig?
out of his notebook.
All right, left centre mid. Okay, let's go with the number 6. Who's sitting in our midfield here? Who's the best sitting midfielder in the Premier League?
Pretty biased in this one.
I'm also biased. I'm not-
Thomas Partey.
I'm biased on form as well.
Speak of
Hoybier
the
has been
bias.
amazing for us. this
Javier
year.
has been really good.
But
Thomas
come
Partey.
on. No one's putting them.
But I will. Hoybier. It's a reason why we're undefeated.
Bump bum.
All right, chuck a Tottenham player in there.
Are we really going to put Højbjerg in?
No, fuck no.
No, like I get what you're saying, but is he the
Don't be
best
silly.
number 6 in the Premier League?
Fuck no.
Nowhere near it.
Sorry, mate. Don't hate me.
Fabinho, isn't it? Is that-
I would say Fabinho, but like I don't want to dominate this.
Having only won one game, I'm
What
talking
about
about this
Kante?
season.
We talk
One
Kante's a
defensive
shout.
mid.
Rodri.
I wouldn't be as not to say Kante. Like, if
Yeah, you got a-
obviously
got a
he's not
few
playing
there.
at the moment, he's injured, but I guess it's I don't know about Fabinho. I just don't know what. I guess
He offers a lot for us, but we don't have to put him in there. If
Yeah.
you want Højbjerg, we'll put him in there.
No, we won't.
Depends what we're going on. Are we going on
Nah.
like form?
current best
'Cause
form, not really,
you've
because we've
leaked
got some
goals
injured
massively.
players.
Laporte hasn't even fucking played this year.
We're going with the best
It's
11.
an absolute. It's called the Schmozzle 11.
Sorry, anyone that's
Schmozzle
still
FC.
tuned in. So
What
the
we're
derailment.
going with here is the best 11 possible in the Premier League if everyone's fit and in the form that we know they can play.
I love you, bro.
That is so
ain't-
different
That
than-
ain't ever
Okay,
going to be fucking
that's very
Højbjerg,
different.
Go Fabinho.
All right, we'll go Fabinho. Okay, left centre mid. The left and right centre mid could also be attacker mids here. So let's just go on. It's KDB for sure.
Yeah,
He's one of them.
KDB's got to be
Without
one of
a
them.
doubt.
Without a doubt,
Favourite
KDB.
player there, Eefy?
Now, who was the other one?
Oh, that's a now.
Not fucking Højbjerg.
Who you got in mind?
There's a lot of good. That's the issue. There's a lot of bloody good centre mids.
Do you go Fernandez?
But you got to stipulate.
Not
no
with the front
Ronaldo.
three.
Yeah,
Wait, Fernandez when Ronaldo wasn't in the team.
Yeah,
Because he was
Fernandez.
fucking incredible.
100%. It could be Fernandez.
Yeah.
yeah.
Could be Odegaard. Could be the way that Christian Eriksen's playing, and we know what he's capable of.
Oh, Ericsson is not a bad shout.
How would you be, though, Ericsson for United, not for Ericsson for Tottenham?
What?
I'd be pretty good because the front three are still coming up, man. I know where we're
I
heading.
wouldn't go Odegaard just yet. I think he's still got a little bit of improvement to go.
Yeah.
His game's not completely polished.
Yeah.
I'm honestly leaning towards Fernandez.
Yeah.
Yeah, look, we'll make the United fans happy. We'll put Fernandez there. So far,
there
it's
you
a
go,
pretty
boys.
solid 11. If all these
Yeah.
blokes are on form, they'd be
Yeah.
killing it. Right. This is where it's going to
We
get
haven't,
hard.
even
Yeah.
talked about the bench yet.
We're not going bench.
Yeah, we can't go bench. This podcast
How long
will
do we
go
even
forever.
have?
I don't know. Low power mode, apparently.
Oh, God.
We got enough time, all right? We've got 8 minutes to sort this out.
Nah, sweet. I think, well, striker obviously has got to be Haaland.
Well, the issue is, right, you're going to want Kane in there.
No.
No, he wants
I don't think it's
He
hard.
was singing the Haaland song last week.
It's easily Son, Haaland, Salah. There's no. We might as well move on.
You know what? I can't say
agree.
I disagree.
There's no.
It's hard to even
The
put
best
Salah like in the top 3, to be honest. At
what
the
he's
moment.
done, mate.
No, we're talking about right now. Not about what he's done. He's always want to live in the past. He's Liverpool. fan.
No, we
Every upper
don't.
fucking cheer.
done. What he's done.
All
Where
you
he's
do is
come
talk about Thierry Henry.
Mate,
When's
he's
the
got
next
a fucking-
striker coming?
Well,
up,
I've mentioned fucking Thierry Henry once on this podcast.
Once
we
too
spoke
fucking
about
many.
this. You come at me, I'll come at you, all right?
All right. Fucking Mondays is firing
We've got
up,
like
boys.
7 fan questions though. So shall we?
All right.
We got plenty of
Well, look, it's
time,
definitely
mate.
Haaland. It's definitely Haaland through the middle. So now it's just right and left. Look, this is the thing,
Thanks,
though. Like,
thanks, Diggs and Tubbs, for opening up this can of worms.
yeah, God Almighty, we should have discussed this before and just
Yeah, I
came
know.
with our picked
Yeah, I
11.
know. We apologise. for this.
Can of worms.
This is literally open thinking right here.
Look, Ethan says Son and Salah. I can't disagree.
2 golden boots from
Last year.
3 months ago. Yeah.
Look, I'd love to have Saka in there because I think he's amazing. Like, you can't deny that the kid's a wonder boy.
But there's so many players that could be like Silva.
Can't score goals in
Bernardo
Euros.
Silva could be in the midfield
but
there.
Bernardo Silva's a flop.
Boring.
He isn't.
So is Fernandez. You know what, Swap? Bernardo Silva's less of a flop than Fernandez, so like get him in there.
All right, so look,
How can you say that?
after much discussion and deliberation,
Heated debate.
look, this is 111. There could be numerous right here,
Yeah.
but we've gone with Edison in goals. Robbo plays 45, then Cancelo plays the other 45 in left back. VVD and Laporte in the centre. Reece James in right. We've got Fabinho sitting, Fernandez and KDB, the attacking mids in that. And then we've got Son, Haaland, Salah up front.
I reckon that's
Fuck,
a
that's-
pretty formidable 11.
100%.
You wouldn't want to
So,
come up against that.
do we now take a break and we can reconvene,
That was a lot, wasn't it, to start with? Jesus.
sort our shit out?
Yeah, well, we've still got a fair few fan questions to go.
We
so
do.
we'll take a quick break and we'll be back.
For more battles.
Next question. Who have we got, Figos?
We've got Smitty. He says World Cup initial look.
Schmidt Dundee.
Yeah, Schmidt
Friend
Dundee.
of the show. Initial look at the World Cup. All right, we're going to breeze over this one, Smitty, because we probably will cover the World Cup later when it comes about. So we'll go through. We picked up a few things we can talk about. First is our dark horse, who we think is going to be a dark horse. Have you boys got the?
I've got it here. I've got it written down here. Why don't you tell us yours, mate?
Mine. To be honest, I think maybe I'm going to say it's going to sound a bit weird, but Argentina.
And why would you say they're your dark horse and like not a?
Because I think they've failed like so many times
that people just don't expect them to.
Like if I watch Argentina now, I expect them to get past the group stages, maybe quarter, semi, and then that's it.
Doesn't help with Messi playing the Farmers League now, eh?
Well, that's the other thing too. Like, can he still cut it with the big boys? So
yeah, well, that's
I know it's not really a dark horse, but like I just feel like
no.
Argentina haven't really done anything of late. Like, you've had Ronaldo doing it with Portugal and stuff like that.
Yeah, for sure.
But you think Messi, like, winning it, will they win the
Copa America? Yeah.
Like, maybe that was just enough for him. He doesn't have any more to give.
Yeah, well, that's true.
Well, I mean, there was always this thing like, how can we say he's the best player ever if he doesn't win an international trophy? Well, he did it.
He did it, yeah.
So
does he
and
go
pretty
down
much,
as-
he's getting old. That's what I mean.
he's not the Messi he was.
Is it time for other people to shine? So
Yeah.
dark horse.
I get that.
Messi going down, Argentina going up.
Yeah. Big call. Jake, dark horse, mate?
Mine is Belgium. I
what?
think if they don't win now,
Oh, mate, I feel like we've been saying that for the last.
I agree. Like this is the last major tournament that their golden generation will be together playing.
Yep.
So that's mine too.
But
Belgium.
they certainly can win it.
Yep.
But will they perform at the biggest of scales?
Will Lukaku still be their striker? I don't know. That's what I was thinking.
depends
I was
on
like,
how he goes.
Lukaku's kind of like fallen off the wagon a bit.
Yeah,
Like,
there is a
playing
few that
for
has.
Chelsea.
Aiden Hazard isn't who he was.
Yeah.
so like,
Torgan's
that's what I mean.
taken up over that.
So that's
though.
what I mean, though. The golden generation's already
Already come
on
to the
late-
end.
Yeah.
But you
But-
think KDB could do it himself?
That's what I was going to say. They have arguably the best player in the world.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, but KDB's playing at Man City. He's surrounded by the rest of the best players in the world.
True. True.
You're not-
All valid points.
But maybe
Like,
that's why they're the
Look at
dark
Messi.
horse.
Look at Messi. He couldn't carry Argentina. He carried him to a Copa America. You think KDB's better than Messi was in Messi's prime?
Different type of
very different
different
type of player,
of
but
good,
like-
like
I understand that, but you got to Messi is the greatest player that's ever played the game.
And Messi was more of
I
a
would
goal
say.
scorer too. KDB can do some brilliant stuff, but he doesn't score the amount of goals.
Some bangers.
he's a more. I would say he's almost a more complete player.
I agree with you.
Yeah, well,
Messi.
Yeah, totally. He can
Well,
defend.
purely,
I was going to
purely,
say, what can he defend? Is that what we're
purely
going on?
because he sits in the midfield and he'll come back and help, whereas Messi just didn't.
yeah.
But
Need to, but it's just
yeah,
should.
yeah. Well, to be fair, if you had someone like Messi in your team, you're hardly going to say, "Mate, you better track back." You're like, do what the fuck you want, mate.
Bifos.
I reckon Poland because
Poland is-
Lewandowski. I reckon they'll make the final 8. Dark horse.
Yeah, I like that.
Good shout.
So
I like that.
not to necessarily win.
But Poland are right. 'Cause I
Perform.
think, Poland are definitely coming out of that group for sure. Whether
Yeah,
it's
I like
first or
it.
second, I don't know. Figos, what was the next one we were going to talk about?
So we did dark horse. Let's do disappointing. Who's going to disappoint? I'll start.
Disappointing.
England.
Yeah, I was like, how can you not go with England?
Yeah, truly.
Coming home.
Truly, because I feel like they put so much heart and effort into that Euro final, and they were at home. It was Wembley. It was meant to be, and they lost. And I just don't know if they'll back up
Yeah.
from it. And I don't rate Gareth Southgate
Yeah.
as a coach.
Sorry, Sam Sherwood and Jim Stratton. It's not coming home, boys.
Look, I hope it does. I'd love to see it.
Yeah.
But I can't see it happening. I feel like they put so much into that, they're going to find it hard to back up.
yeah.
You want to go? Have you got one? I got one. At the moment, I think it's France.
They're cursed.
Cool,
That's the
man.
curse.
Benzema got bought Ballon d'Or.
I think
You win, and then you
I
don't
think-
ever make the group stage.
No, I think it's Mbappe.
Oh, just toxic.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I just don't think it's going to be good for him.
No, I get that. And you know what? France are known for that. Like, was it the 06?
They're all
No, no, wasn't it 06? When was it?
than you. You're better than me. You know they do that.
98 to
2010.
2002.
2010 World Cup. I think it was 2010. Patrice Evra led like a revolt, and half the players like left,
That's
and the
what I
coach
mean.
got sacked. I think mid World Cup. Like
Yeah.
they were either amazing and they win it, or
Yeah.
they just fall apart.
But you look at all the winners, right? They've struggled after they've won for like the last 20 years.
Yeah,
So yeah, that's
I
very
just think
valid.
France.
All right, I got one now.
Okay.
Portugal. I think they were really good in the
Portugal.
Euros, but Ronaldo and Fernandez are out of touch. I think they're going to
Yeah.
go
So
out.
you're telling me you don't think the Wolves can do any good at the World Cup?
Are they just sending Wolverhampton, are they? Is that what they do?
Send Wolverhampton,
I'm gonna
coach
make-
and all.
That's why they've had
All
to
here.
delay.
I think Group H, Portugal don't make it through. I think Uruguay and Korea make it through.
With Sonny
see.
Boy.
Oh, yeah.
We'll see.
Yeah.
Is that borderline group of death there? Because Ghana
Ghana
are
go
bloody
hard.
good too.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
far
Yeah,
out.
Ghana go hard, bro.
For mine, it's Spain.
Yeah, Spain have been a bit
Disappointing,
lackluster the last couple
They have,
of tournaments.
They
That's
have,
what I
yeah.
think, yeah.
They've sort of like name me. I mean, there is a few now that I think about it, but
Yeah.
there's not like a world superstar Spanish player.
Nah,
like there
but you
was.
imagine they'll be
Like
out.
when you had your Fabregas's, your
Yeah, there's
Xavis,
just
your
like they've got a good
Iniestas,
team,
yeah,
but there's
like-
not like these four like
Yeah,
top
just
of the
go. Nah.
yeah.
Yeah.
They'll be without those like old school like dependable players. Like
Yeah.
I don't think Busquets will play. I don't think what's his face?
Sergio, is he Spanish? Ramos?
Yeah,
Yeah,
was.
he is. Yeah,
he
yeah,
won't play,
Sergio
will
Ramos,
he?
but he's like, I'm
He's
pretty sure he's
long
like
gone.
38. Like he
Yeah,
retired a
that's what I
while
mean,
ago, I
like,
think.
And
he's not there, like
and what's
Busquets.
his face that keeps on deferring his Barca payments? One of the other guys that does that as well was Shakira.
Oh, Gerard Piqué.
Yeah, you know all these guys that they've depended on for so long.
Yeah.
They just won't be there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that's a good shout.
No, that is.
No doubt. Who do you think is going to be in the finals?
Yeah, so finalists.
Final, I think, will be England, Brazil.
England, Brazil. I mean, to be fair,
Well,
we don't
Brazil.
really know exactly how the draw works because
No.
we don't have it sitting here in front of us. So if that's possible or not, we don't
Yeah.
know. But,
But
let's
that's
just
who I think
as if
it'll
it
be.
is.
Yeah.
As if it is.
Yeah, I think Brazil will be there this
Yep.
year. I'm actually keen to see Brazil play this
Yeah.
tournament because I feel like they've been another one that's been a bit let you down. You know,
Yeah.
You
Been
watch-
the Neymar show for 8 years. But
yeah,
now
they've
there's
got
some more
so
players.
many good plays in that team. To be honest, I don't know who they're going to play against. I might just whack a Germany in there, Germany or Netherlands. I
Well,
reckon.
yeah, you can't dispute those two teams. Like the Netherlands have been up there for a long time as well and haven't really achieved anything either.
They don't. Yeah, they've had a golden generation that kind of passed them by.
Yeah.
But they've certainly got the players that they could do some serious damage and
Yeah.
go deep into this comp.
Have you got someone, Fig?
I'm going to say Germany and going against what you said, France.
Yeah, okay.
I just think the depth in there.
Yeah,
I've
they
seen
do.
it
They
a
are
few
deep,
times.
yeah. Yeah,
Like
they are
they've
deep.
seriously got like 5'11s
Yeah.
that could
are.
win.
Yeah.
When you see it, and then you see these, and they, how they show you those things where they go like, and then they'll have the 11, and then underneath them like the interchange player.
Yeah.
Sometimes you see like fourth down these players, and you think, what the fuck?
I know him.
Yeah.
He's
He's a heaps good player. How's he not even in like the interchange? So
Yeah.
I think Germany are always a shout.
Yeah.
And I think France, they just have so much quality. And then
Yeah.
coming on to that,
Did Jake get to pick his?
did you?
No.
Oh, sorry, mate.
You bastard.
That's why.
take the hint,
that's
mate.
why you're host, Leo, and not me.
I'm going to go an easy one. I think it's going to be France and Brazil, and I think Brazil will take it.
I
I
hope
think
so.
it's going to be
That's
the
a good-
Neymar show.
Yeah. Okay.
Because leading into something
Neymar
later.
won't start over with Charleston.
We got. What was the last thing we were going to talk about in the World Cup?
Well, you still have to tell me your winners.
I think Brazil will win it.
Yeah, you think Brazil?
I
You
think Brazil.
Brazil.
Yep. I think France.
It's
got a bucket
I
trend
think
there.
France are up to Damien Duff, to be honest. Gotcha.
All right, final thing, and we can't look past it considering that we scraped through to get there, and it was amazing. Andrew Redmayne, my hero. It
was amazing.
Australia's chances. So not an easy group. Very similar to last World Cup. Only difference is
Yeah.
instead of Egypt, we got Tunisia. So we've got France, Australia, Denmark, Tunisia. What do you guys think?
I love Australia. I do. I love
Yeah.
this country, but I don't think we're getting out of the group
No.
stages.
We're not getting out of the group stages.
It's another one of those hidden hopes. Our generation, this generation of players is
Just not
still
up there.
not up there. I don't
not-
know.
nah.
What do we do? What does Australia football do to get that golden generation back? We have no players playing in the championship. We have no players playing in the
That's right.
Premier
You
League.
look back at
Well, we got
2006.
Massimo Luongo just signed a 3-month loan deal or something with Middlesbrough.
They're up. There's Riley McGree at
Yeah, he's at
Middlesbrough.
Middlesbrough, yeah, that's
There's
what
a
I was
young
saying,
bloke
yeah.
at Fulham who made his debut the other week, I think. There are players there, but I think what happened was, I think to an extent the A-League made it a bit too easy.
Yep.
because there was
don't have to
a
go
fail
abroad.
safe at home.
Yeah.
And I get that.
Yeah.
Like
Make a
Australia's a
mediocre
fucking
wage.
like amazing country.
Yeah.
Why would you battle it out in League Two in England in the hope of a chance when you could like be playing top division in Australia, living in Sydney or Melbourne or
Yeah.
like I get it, but I think that let us down a bit because like look at Tim Cahill's career.
Incredible.
You know,
Millwall.
like he started off at Millwall in the Championship, like battled with their ages, got his move to Everton, and now he's like arguably Australia's greatest ever
Yeah.
Premier League player.
Yeah.
See, but isn't that what you'd be telling? Like, as much as we want
That's
talent
what you need to aspire to, eh?
you want talent in Australia and you want those players to like build the league. I feel like if you're a coach or something like, and you've got a prospect, you're sending them abroad, surely.
Yeah.
Like that, this is where I think I get caught because at one, you want to be able to develop players and you want to have great players in Australia. But at the same time, there's not the caliber of competition that can push these players to
100%,
become the
man.
next Kills, to become the next Fidukas.
Yeah.
It's not here, unfortunately.
Yeah.
And our
that
talent
comes-
pool's not deep enough.
That comes back to the salary cap. I think they need to get rid of it.
Yeah.
I think this idea of a salary cap is so like American/Australian sport of like we need it to be as fair as possible so everyone can spend the same. And
Yeah.
that's fair enough, but then like you don't get like clubs like Sydney FC or Victory who have a lot of money would just go and like the players that they currently have would probably go and end up at Newcastle Jets because Sydney FC and Victory would
Yeah.
get better players, and that only
Yeah.
makes the whole league better.
Yeah.
And I think that then that filters down to like it's more competitive to get into the side from the youth leagues and
Yeah.
like and they spend more money in like getting young talent and
I
coaching
think
and
money's going to be the key.
it is.
Yeah.
Money
Well,
need,
hasn't FIFA told them they have to scrap the salary cap?
they said and we also need to have relegation and promotion in
It's got to have to
yeah,
happen.
it has
Yeah.
to happen to
Otherwise,
be
they don't
yeah.
finance us anymore. Is it
Yeah.
Well, I don't know.
something like
yeah,
that. like-
basically it's like
something
it's
along
a
those lines.
stipulation from FIFA. So
Yeah.
Is there a time limit for that we have to bring that in?
Oh, surely
They're
it'd be
talking
next
would
sooner
be.
rather than later.
yeah, I don't know off the top
Yeah.
of my head, but I feel like it might have been
It's certainly
like 10
not immediate,
years.
but yeah, I think it was.
Yeah.
It was by
Anyway.
the end of the decade.
Let's hope it's only upwards for Australian football.
Look,
Anyway.
Yeah.
I think us to be at the World Cup, like
Oh, it's
considering
incredible.
we didn't make it for what, like 32 years or something.
Yeah, it still
just to be
inspires
there
a
is
generation.
amazing.
Like there'll be thousands of young kids watching the Australian boys.
Just to be watching with fingers crossed, hoping.
Oh,
for
yeah.
fucking-
Oh,
Against
exactly. Like
teams
us
like
boys getting
France.
together. Like,
Yeah.
don't get me wrong, Australia just making it there is an absolute achievement on its
Yeah.
own.
Because
Which,
remember
Definitely.
back to 2006, we were robbed by the World Cup winners.
yeah, well, that's true.
You know
Exactly.
Fabio.
So, yeah. So
Yeah, Fabio what?
Grosso.
so that's it for that.
All right,
Never
Schmidt. Like,
forgive.
we weren't going to delve into it. We ended up in Australian A-League soccer. You got a few questions in one there. Congratulations.
sorry, mate.
Well done, Schmidt Dundee. Next question. What do you got for us, Figos?
Tubbsy Bartolo said, "Is Messi
Tubbsy.
yeah, is Messi still the current best player in the world?"
Nope.
No.
No.
He's not even the best player at PSG, mate.
Well, who do you put over the top of him?
Name
Salah, KDB, Haaland. They're all better than him now.
Nah.
Performing in the Premier League week in, week out compared to who Messi is today.
Yeah, in the farmers. League.
I do love Messi. I just think
Oh.
he's amazing.
No
So-
one. You said it earlier. He's probably the best football player ever. But is he the current best football player? I don't think he is.
Yeah, well, I wouldn't put Haaland in there. I think
Yeah,
Haaland's more of a Cristiano Ronaldo, just a pure goal scorer. You know what I mean? Like Cristiano, don't get me
Yeah,
wrong.
there's not
Cristiano-
much to Haaland's
We're not going to get
game.
into this debate, but Cristiano Ronaldo is one of the best footballers of all time, but based purely, I think, on his goal scoring ability.
But what would
That-
Messi achieve with 14 touches a game?
No, but like
Not
I'm
10
saying,
goals from 6 games, would
he
he?
can take one touch and dismantle your entire team.
Oh,
like
come
you know what I mean? Like that's the difference. Like, and he's dismantling it to that one player in front of him.
What do you think, Ethan?
I just don't watch Spanish La Liga side. I don't know.
He's not
playing
in
in
Spanish
France.
League, so that's probably why.
Well, that talks volumes. No. But I
He went
get
to
the
PSG.
I get the Messi
Like-
Ronaldo. We've been blessed to have them in our view for 15 years.
Yeah. I think it
see,
became
not
evident
anymore.
this year because I
Well-
watch a bit of PSG games and he's not even the best at PSG at the moment.
Well, everyone's saying now that the Ronaldo Messi era is over and it's the Haaland Mbappe era. And I just can't cop that because Mbappe's not a good human. There's nothing good.
Yeah,
like,
and he
have
looks
you
like a
seen
frog.
the latest footage of what he's like doing around that team? Like,
Yeah.
he was abusing some guy in the tunnel the other day because he played obviously a shitty ball And old mate's like, I'm sorry that I didn't get it to you. And he's like, well, being sorry is not good enough. You just have to be better. I'm just
Unfortunately, that's his prerogative with his role at PSG
yeah, like
now,
they gave
isn't
him
it?
this role, and all of a sudden now he just does what he wants. It's like
It's absolutely ludicrous that they've ever given a player that much power.
They can't talk about Mbappe being one of the best in the world until he leaves France.
exactly right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And
It comes to
in
a
saying
proper
that doesn't
league.
mean that France is some shithole, easy to play in league. Like it's still
But
a
it is.
top.
It's not, but-
it's still a top division in Europe. Like it's one of the top
Yeah.
5. But I'm sorry, but it's France. Go
You-
try your luck in
You don't
Premier League.
You
like-
will,
Yeah,
you'd-
go play for fucking Middlesbrough.
You'd only
and see
cop
how good you are.
You'd only cop what? I'd cop him going to La Liga or the Premier League to prove his worth.
Yeah, I would.
But where's he going to go? though? It's
Bundesliga
gonna
as
be
well,
Madrid
but he's
or
not
City.
going to go
I
to
don't see. I
Bundesliga.
think you go to Bundesliga, you go to Bayern Munich. It's a one-way ticket. You know
Yeah.
what I mean?
But
It's the
like,
same as
look-
PSG.
But La Liga is almost the same because it's like it's Barca or Madrid. Like yes,
Yeah.
Sevilla and Atletico.
do you think he'll ever go to the Premier League, Neymar?
He doesn't seem like-
not Neymar. Sorry, Mbappe.
Mbappe, he doesn't seem like the sort of player that will, to be
Nah,
honest. He
man,
seems like one of
unless
those ones that'll
City-
just stay on the continent. Like,
Unless City offer him like $2.5 million a week
I just don't. I don't know. I don't.
and
think
half their oil
I don't think we'll
oil
ever see him.
reserves.
I think the all-round consensus, Tubbsy, was that Messi is not the greatest player anymore, but we're not quite sure who is.
and just
Neymar.
on that really quick, the comparison of Ronaldo and Messi, I feel like Ronaldo is a better athlete.
Yep.
And
Agreed.
Messi is a better pure footballer.
Talented, pure.
I think
yeah,
Ronaldo
exactly right.
is just is a specimen
Yeah.
with amazing football talent, and that's
drive,
what took him to there.
and pure drive.
Yeah. And I think that Haaland
absolutely the
is
drive
the
part.
same.
Yeah.
I think
Oh,
Haaland's
yeah.
got the drive. He's got the physique,
Yep.
and he obviously has footballing
that's
talent.
that's
but he's
what I
not.
mean.
He's not a Messi.
No. But we
said-
or a look at Maradona, little
Yeah.
nugget.
Yeah.
Like hardly fit.
Argentinians,
Love the old,
Yeah, no, that was my point. Is like that Ronaldo and Haaland are like that more athletic goal
Yes.
scorers that will
Yes.
just are determined and will.
I feel like
win.
we can't put Haaland in that boat yet because he's too
You
young.
can't.
He hasn't
No,
been
you're
playing
right.
for
You
long
can't.
enough,
He
you know
hasn't
what I
done
mean?
enough. He hasn't done enough. But you
From
can
what
see
we've
it.
seen,
He's on the way.
yeah, he's a scary fucking prospect.
Tell us about it. How good's Haaland?
I don't even have to say it. Everyone knows what it is.
All right.
All right, we got a question or
I'm just trying to work out the name. I think it's Roberto Lamy.
yeah.
My mate from
Roberto?
the NRL, yeah.
Yeah,
Is his
okay.
name Roberto?
Yeah, he's an Arsenal fan, unfortunately.
What a legend, Roberto. Love you, mate.
All right. Roberto says best football player you have seen play live.
Very good one.
That's all right. You want to go first?
I do. David Beckham in a LA Galaxy v Sydney FC game.
Yeah, I would have loved to have seen Bex.
It was incredible.
Yeah.
Sydney FC dominated the whole contest, and then he got a free kick 25 yards out, and we just
Crowd
all knew what
on
was going
their
to fucking
feet.
happen.
I remember watching that on the telly.
And it was
Yeah.
just, honestly, 80,000 fans at, what is it now, Accor Stadium.
Whatever
And
it is.
just-
Hard to keep up.
And we just knew what was going to happen. I felt so bad for the keeper, though.
I remember
It's impending doom, isn't it?
after he scored it, didn't he just turn around and go,
yeah, did
That's
nothing.
me. That's me.
Didn't that game end like fucking 5-4 or some shit like
Yeah,
that?
5-3 I think it was, but
Yeah.
it was just,
Yeah.
incredible game to see.
Yeah, right. Beef. Who have you got?
I saw Gerrard and Kane, so Kane's my favourite player.
Gerrard.
Gerrard is Gerrard.
Nice.
Kane was amazing, but scored a goal, did the lap around. I was so close to him too.
What game was this?
Liverpool versus, I don't know. And then Kane played versus Sydney FC. I got my scarf right here.
Oh, yeah.
2015.
Yeah.
Who knew who Kane was going to become at that year?
2015.
Amazing.
That's
Wow.
when we went and seen. We all seen Real Madrid in 2015.
Yeah.
Real
I
Madrid
seen,
Roma, wasn't it?
Liverpool
Yeah.
and Raw.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Who's
Yeah.
yours?
It's got to be Gerrard.
Yeah.
Yeah, down the
Purely on a
MCG.
passionate. Like,
Yeah, 100%. I've seen Ronaldo too,
Yeah.
who's obviously, as I said, a specimen. But growing up, Gerrard was just my idol, and
Yeah.
seeing him play live, and he scored like a signature Gerrard goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So yeah, it's got to be Gerrard for me.
Classic. Yeah, mine's like obviously we seen Real Madrid in 2015. That was like peak Real Madrid too.
Yeah.
The Galacticos.
Yes.
That was awesome.
You know, you had your Benzema's, your Cruisers in his prime, CR7 of course.
Bale.
Bale was there.
Modric.
They were
yeah.
packed
It
back
was
Ramos.
stacked. And Francesco
Casillas.
Totti.
Oh yes, of course, Roma.
Can't forget him.
Yes.
He was
wow.
he's a legend.
Yes.
And
He is a god.
we've got a little bit of Italian heritage, so I love that.
The Roman
Yeah,
god.
I've got the jersey. It's over there. You probably can't see it. It's not in shot.
Pan
I
round.
bought that. I bought that night. All right, good question.
Great question from Roberto.
Thanks, Roberto, the Arsenal fan. Love it. Yeah.
Surprise,
All right.
surprise.
I knew you had good mates.
I had to sit next to him at work. It was the worst. I love you, Rob.
All right, so Wade Turner says, do you think Liverpool are going to have a poor season or just a poor start to the season, and why?
Oh, okay. Well, obviously, we'll let you Liverpool boys go first. We can tell you the answer.
I think it's a poor start that
Yep.
could develop into a poor season if certain players don't pull their fingers out of their proverbial and Klopp loses some of his stubbornness in regards to systems and tactics.
Yeah, okay.
So I think it's dependent on that.
Yep.
To you non-Liverpool supporters, what is a bad season for Liverpool?
Well, my take on it is it's a bad start, yes. I don't know if it's going to be a great season for you. I'm not going to sit here and say it's going to be a horrible season. You're going to finish 8th or whatever. Like, you probably will still get top 4. I just don't think it's going to be like the seasons of like the last like 4 where you've just been smashing. I think it's going to be ups and downs. Is he going to be frustrated? Is he going to be disappointed? Like, and as you said, Klopp's got a bit of like he's got to make a decision. I think on whether he wants to keep with his tactic or mix it up a bit.
It's that 7-year itch though, isn't it?
You've got some players that need adjusting, like your Diaz's, your Nunez's.
Yeah, like new players. Yeah, it's a little bit of a transition sort of period
So
at the
look,
moment.
I think you'll still get top 4, but I think it's going to be a rough road to get there.
Yeah.
I had them tipped first, so I think if they don't come anything first, if they come under first, second, or third, I think it's disappointing.
Yeah.
Based on
I guess that's
the
a good
start
point,
of this season, people thought City, Liverpool, it's going to be so close. Who's going to win it?
Yeah.
We're talking about the best of the rest. Is it going to be Spurs,
Yeah.
Arsenal, Chelsea?
Yeah.
I feel like they're going to come good because this season is going to be so close. I think the World Cup chunking in the middle means that no one's just going to have an absolute powerhouse season.
100%.
So you just have the depth, you have the experienced manager. I think you'll come second or third now.
There's almost a shout even that, like, if you're just there or thereabouts up to the World Cup,
Like you're in it.
That break, like,
You are
you
in
know,
it.
Yeah.
no,
And depending on how many players you have and how far they go in the
well, that's what I was going to
competition
say. If you look at Liverpool, like, they obviously have internationals there, but they have a squad of like 30-odd blokes. Like,
Yeah.
not everyone's going to go to a World Cup. Like, that could be the perfect point for like a mini preseason.
Well, that's
Yeah.
it. That's what they reckon. Half of the
In saying
players
that
go
though,
to
like
pre-season.
we do have, like you got a few captains of teams playing for Liverpool. You know,
Yeah.
You
Yeah.
got Virgil, Robbo, and Hendo, like all captains. Like
Yeah.
if they go deep, that's could negatively impact us
Well,
when we've already
same with
been
us.
negatively impacted.
But then on the other side of it too, like, if you have a player who goes and wins the World Cup, like, what do they bring him back?
Oh fuck yeah!
You know,
Yeah.
like,
Yeah.
Unfortunately, I don't think that's going to be Hendo.
and
Do you
if-
mean what do they bring him back is in terms of like confidence?
100%.
Yeah.
If you go
Or
and win
like-
the World Cup, like, you're going to come back and just
I
be
think
like,
more
"What's this
arrogance.
Premier League?"
I think that's can go one of two ways. They can come back with that, or they can come back with a hangover.
Yeah.
You
much
know,
as
Imagine you come
if
second, you lose it in an
if
nail
you're
biter.
winning
Fuck
the
depression.
World Cup and that's peak for you in your season. You come back, you're back in club football,
Yeah,
back in the
fuck
mundane,
this
in
shit,
and out.
losing
day
I
in,
don't,
day
I don't know,
out.
like what is peak world football? Is it World Cup? Is it like Champions League? Is it the football
You'd
where
have to
they
say.
source the best players with money and put them on a park?
For
or
you
is
as a
it
player, what would you prefer to win?
World Cup? 100%.
World Cup,
That's what I mean.
Yeah.
So I'm talking in terms of a player coming back to a team. They've
Yeah.
just peaked their football career, could have.
Yeah,
Winning the
okay,
World
yeah.
Cup. They come back, bit
Putting
of a
that
hangover.
additional effort to come back from like 2-0 down.
And don't forget,
know?
you got to go so deep into it. You're going to come back not just hungover mentally, but hungover physically.
But the other thing is that going deep into the World Cup for a player who's used to like English football probably isn't that different to playing over the Christmas period.
Yeah.
you're right.
So
I think, yeah.
And they'll
As we
probably,
said.
no doubt, after the World Cup, there'll probably be a week or two break. I'm not 100% sure if there is
Yeah.
or not.
Yeah, that's what I think. I think it can go either way. It
Yeah,
could be
it
the
could
best thing
yeah.
ever, or it could be the worst
Yeah.
thing ever.
But yeah, finishing off that question, I think we will come back, but I think it will be a disappointing season.
Yeah.
Yeah.
As Ethan said, I think
Yeah.
he's hit the nail on the head with if you don't finish in one
I
or
think
two.
it's- you
I
gotta-
think
you gotta win
third
it.
is okay. Fourth is a
You got to win a
season.
trophy, and I think that's going to be our measure going forward.
Well,
if
yeah,
we
I
don't
guess
win a
so.
trophy this season, it's going to be a disappointment.
Well, I thought that we'd be up there. I thought that we'd be fully pushing City for the title.
You think
and
how
the fact
badly
that we're
we've
not is
performed so
disappointing.
far we're not that far away.
Yeah.
If there's anything you can take from start of the season, not looking forward to the next game. But it could be bad.
Wow.
But anyway, next question.
Good question,
is from,
Wade.
Yeah, thank you, Wade, for getting involved.
Love you, Wade.
Next question is from Taylor, who says, "What is your favourite formation and why?"
Favorite formation and why? That's a good question. I don't like. I like to. I don't know if I'm like. I know you like to nerd out on formations and stuff.
What's that even?
I'm drawing
I'm a
our
bit of a-
formation where we made the Champions League final. Because that's my favourite.
And who won?
To be honest, I love attacking midfielders. If I could have chosen any position to play in my life, it would have been attacking midfielder. So I love the formations that work.
Not centre back.
No, I fucking hate it. I would have loved to be in the middle of the park. But
Fuck you.
I was just good at centre back. What can I say?
You were in the middle of the park, just in the
Just
middle of the
right
park
in
at
the
the
middle of the park.
The ball comes to you. You don't have to go to the ball.
Yeah, so any of the formation, like, to be honest, I like the formation that we play at Arsenal now, the 4-2.
4-2-3-1.
3-1, yeah, with Odegaard like floating
Yep.
in between the lines. I like to be able to see those types of players
Yep.
like flourish and
Yes.
like, you know, do that kind of stuff. So I'll go with that. Yeah, I
Yeah,
can't from
Liverpool played that early under Klopp.
Yeah.
I think that one's good for when you want more like defensive solidity within your side,
Yeah.
because it just gives you that more of like a base to build from.
Yeah, and that's the other thing with that formation too. Like it doesn't stay like that. It ebbs and flows in the game. Like we go to
Yeah.
3 at the back, and the whole midfield changes. Zinchenko goes inside. Like it's
Yes.
So it's almost like, you know, you got to pick 3 formations because most modern football teams float in and out of formations
well,
all
that
the
is
time
true.
now. So
Yeah.
Yep.
it's an interesting one.
Mine is 4-2-3-1. I just miss having an attacking midfielder. I think those days when we did make the Champions League final, we had Christian Eriksen and Dele Alli. I miss it. I miss having an attacking player in the centre
Everyone
of
loves
midfield.
an attacking midfield. I'm
I
telling
miss
you,
it.
man.
Our wing backs are
At the end.
not great. So
So would you're currently like a 5?
we're 3. Yeah, we're back 3, and then you've got Perisic, who's great, but then you've got like
Emerson Royale.
I had this question before. This is Brooksy's gripe of the week. Emerson Royale, right? He can defend, but he can't cross the ball. If you're getting paid £400,000 a day, how can you not go to training and learn how to cross the fucking ball? Who agrees?
Yeah.
I mean,
I agree.
Cross.
No, like
I learned how to cross when I was 10,
I
and he
agree.
can't cross.
I agree.
I've seen some of your fucking corners, mate.
Corners are hard. Pressure's on. The away fans are in my fucking ear.
You could cross the ball, but every time you ran over to take
was
a
a
corner,
foot
I'm like,
high. How am I meant to fucking head that in the goal?
Mate,
7 foot.
It's 9 a.m. in St Clair, and I'm getting berated by someone who hasn't slept in 4 days. It's difficult.
Dare you?
Classic Western Sydney club football. Everyone sign up.
Yeah.
Sign up to your local Nepean district.
Anyway,
Anyway,
yeah, I miss the
to your
attacking
Emerson
midfielder.
Royale thing, I think you're right. You should work on it if you're bad at it. But I think some people have a knack for being able to cross the ball. I think it's not,
certainly not
Agree.
him.
They do.
I think it's not something that just comes to everyone. So yeah,
Fair
he
enough.
does need to work on it.
4-2-3-1. Who's next?
I'll take it.
Go. You got to be quick because we've got 2 minutes.
3-4-3.
3-4-3. That's not a bad formation.
Yeah, I like it. I think it's
Attacking?
yeah, exactly. More
Everyone loves
attacking.
attacking football, mate.
More of a kind of flat, kind of 4, not so much relying on defence.
Yeah.
That's what I think.
Figos, quickly, what do you got?
4-3-3.
4-3-3.
Yeah, I really
Current
like it.
formation.
Yeah,
No.
I've always
Yeah.
liked it, but I just
Yeah.
like the 3 up front. I think that it just like
Dynamic.
they're not as wingers as much as wide forwards. I
Yeah.
think that I just think it offers a lot, and I think it's the modern formation for a good reason. I personally hate like a 5-3-2, like any 3 centre backs and wing backs. I fucking hate it.
Yeah.
Don't like it.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Just don't like
it's
it.
risky.
Yeah.
It can be quite risky.
Don't like it.
Anyway, Taylor, that's a great
Don't
question.
care.
Thanks, mate. We will take a break and we will be back. I think we got a question or 2 more.
We've got a couple.
We got a bit more. There's content galore and there's no Premier League. How good's this? All right. We're back. We got a couple more questions left, I think. Figos, what?
Yeah, we got a couple more.
We're running a couple more. Thanks everyone for the questions, by the way. It's
been
been
awesome.
awesome. Great.
Love it.
Great little segment.
Yeah, I've thoroughly enjoyed it.
Yeah.
We've actually got 3 from Zach Plummer.
Nice, Zach Plummer.
Zachy boy.
So, first question. What is the next, in your opinion, what is the next defining moment of the season? So, Zach's asking us to see into the future here.
I think me and Jake are on the same page. I think it's a big injury.
For who?
I'm not going to say who. I don't want to put the mock or anyone because you don't want to see it. But there's a couple of injuries that could really derail some seasons in there. I think.
You're not wrong.
So
I think they're
it's fucking not Arsenal.
They all play at City.
I'm going to say I think Stevie G gets the axe.
Oh.
I think Villa have been nothing but disappointing. I just don't see him staying after round 10. I think round 11 or so, he's gone.
Poor Stevie.
I guess so.
Yeah.
Poor Stevie.
Stevie. Big Oss, what do you got for us?
I honestly don't know.
Yeah, it's a hard one to
too hard
predict, isn't it?
to
That's a
say.
hard question, Zach. Where'd
That's
you
a
come
very
up with
hard
that?
question, Zach.
But it's a good one, though.
That's a good question. But
I'm just going to sit here and say that I'll tell you when it happens
Okay. Yeah, cool.
because I got no idea.
All right. What's Zach's next question?
So Zach also asked, have you changed your top 4 after these 6 rounds?
Yes.
Yeah.
So I'll go first. So I did have-
My bad.
Liverpool, City, Spurs, Chelsea. Now I've got City, Spurs, Arsenal, Liverpool.
Ooh.
Okay.
That's a big mix up. So, like, I would say mine's, in a different order. I think still the same teams are there.
Yeah.
I'm going to go probably City winning. I'm going to go Arsenal second. I think we're going to go hard. I think Liverpool, then Spurs.
Yeah, I was going to say, I know that you've been scraping. Like, you're not looking like you're a second place team.
Exactly. We haven't been beaten. That's what I'm saying. We haven't hit form yet. We haven't been beaten.
But one could argue and say you've just scraped and it's about to all
One
go
could say that
downhill.
you'll never hit form.
We'll see.
Yeah, well, that's it. We will see. It could be defining.
It is.
See you
Two could say that.
see you in October, dogs.
I think that my top 4 was Liverpool, City, United, Chelsea. No, United, Spurs. I think it'll still be that, probably. It's hard to say. Arsenal are right up there, you know.
Yeah, we're having a crack.
Yeah, 100%.
As you made mention to me in the green room before. Are we in the green room, by the way?
We are.
That we come up against our first challenge and kind of faltered a little bit, but
Look,
that
it happens.
was a hiccup.
A few different calls go your way.
That was a
It's
hiccup.
different game,
That was
isn't
a
it?
hiccup. We played well.
But
was
I think
pleasing.
that'll still be the top
Pleasing.
4.
And honestly.
I think, I think that'll still be the top 4. Arsenal could 100% be in there. It's so hard to say, but the order,
You still think United are going to be in there?
I do, yeah.
Okay.
I think that they've proven my prediction close. Like they've
They're a
turned
good
it.
team on paper.
Yeah.
Hey, that's fair, mate.
They-
no one's really
honestly.
giving you a shout
And what
for
did
that.
I bloody say? I said, drop Maguire and Ronaldo, play to his strengths. And fucking Ten Hag did. And look at him. I shouldn't have said
Is
it.
he going to pay you royalties now? Or?
No, that's
But yeah,
a shout.
Jake.
Jacob?
I think my prediction's still going to be true. I think
it was?
Liverpool by a
Yeah,
hair.
I'm still confident.
Okay.
'Cause
Nice,
I think
mate.
what we were talking about earlier, I think Haaland's going to get injured.
I mean, look, it's not like out of the realms of possibility because
Certainly not.
He's
Certainly
known
not.
to be a bit injury prone.
Yeah,
so.
he is, yeah.
But in saying that, I was hoping that that Darwin was going to get off to a better start than
yeah,
bugger
true.
all.
That
And-
debate's already over, isn't it? It's Haaland all
well,
day.
it's a long season, boys.
How long do we keep on saying that for?
yeah, I know.
It's game 28. It's a 38-game season.
I think 3 seasons.
Yeah.
All right, what's Zach's last question? I think it's a fucking
It's
doozy.
directed at Ethan, so I'll let him read it. Here you go, Ethan. You want to read out that question, mate?
It'll be funny if it comes.
with
Yeah,
us
why
a
don't you read
contempt.
it?
All right, I'll read it. I just
Let Ethan answer it. I want to know. I want to know the truth.
And
Be
that's what
honest.
utter contempt looks like.
Be honest, Ethan.
Always, mate.
Z_plumber_ has said, if Tottenham ever got relegated, would Ethan go for City?
Yes.
Can we answer
Yes,
this?
he would. He already does. That's the answer. To this
Part
question.
A, we're never getting relegated. Part 2, no. Don't like Manchester City. I like KDB. I like KDB and I like Haaland. Made that
Which is
clear.
Manchester City.
I like KDB, I like
I
Haaland,
swear
I
you
like
said that.
Cancelo. Pep is a great coach.
How can you not love
Bernardo
watching
Silva.
City? That's what you said.
But
How
the
could
answer
you not
is
love
no.
watching them?
How could your second team be Manchester City?
I don't know.
They're
That's
your
an
first
easy-
team.
You
easy
tell us.
question.
How could your second team be Spurs?
So
How
no.
could your first team be Spurs?
What's not?
What are the 7 teams to never be relegated from the Premier League?
Hey,
What are the 7 teams to never be relegated
Arsenal.
from?
Liverpool,
Tottenham.
Everton.
United. How many are we up to?
I don't know. Same again. Arsenal,
Chelsea.
Tottenham, Liverpool, United, Chelsea, Spurs.
So it's the big 6 and Everton so far.
Yep.
And there's one more.
Yeah.
Is it West Ham?
Well, hold on. I said 7. No, it's definitely not fucking West Ham.
Hang on,
They were
we're
a
doing the
yo-yo.
question. We don't even know the answer to it.
No, I know it.
We do this
I just
a lot.
can't remember it. Who's?
The big 6 and Everton. So 7.
7.
Yeah, so but which was one of the big 6 that we didn't say?
We said them all.
United.
We said United.
Did we?
When there's no City back then.
Because fuck City. City have been
City
relegated.
been
haven't they?
No, City have been relegated.
Yeah.
So there's one other. Who is
This
it?
is a doozy of a question, everyone.
Someone hit us up and let us know. 'cause-
Is it Southampton?
No.
nah.
Anyway, is that all for the questions?
That's all for the
that's all the
questions.
questions. Well, thanks again, everyone, heaps for sending in your questions. We might try and do some more of them throughout the season because we'll have a bit of a World Cup.
Definitely.
We'll have some time where we can answer some questions. So yeah, if you think of any, we'll put some more posts up. We've got a bit more to discuss. We were going to say we're going to go through our best transfer of the season, but we all decided that we agreed it's Haaland.
Yep.
We're you know what I mean.
For 6 games in, he's the
You
pick.
can't.
It's incredible.
Yeah.
Followed closely by Jesus.
Who, sorry?
Exactly.
Jesus.
A moment of the season so far. What's everyone got for their moment?
It's the 9-0 drubbing
Yeah.
of
Yeah,
Bournemouth.
definitely
Maybe.
9-0.
Liverpool are going for the 9-0 drubbing.
Not any of
Got
our
him.
losses or draws.
What do you mean?
Beef, what are you going for?
9-0 also?
Yeah, there's not really anything that stands out other than that.
Oh, I'm going with the handshake.
Yeah, that was
Handshake was classic. That was great. That was great for the game.
Conte's handshake was so powerful that Tuchel is
It
no
was like
longer
a
with us.
vice.
Oh my God.
Tuchel actually sacked himself.
He did.
Maybe that's why the owner sacked him because he had a shit handshake.
He had the better handshake. It was Conte's handshake that was shit.
No, that's bias.
All right, we'll quickly go through the games that we don't even know if they're going to go ahead this weekend because who knows what's happening with the funeral and everything. I know that there's talks that there might not be any games in London this week because of police presence not being efficient or adequate enough, I should say.
Football hooliganism.
So anyway, we'll start with Villa Southampton. It's going to be real hard to predict. I'm just going to
Yeah,
toss
we don't know
it
what
out
form
there.
we're coming off or
I'm going to
anything.
say Southampton because, as
Yeah,
Ethan said,
safe
Stevie
bet.
G.
Yep,
In
Southampton.
Ward Prowse goal.
I'm going for Villa because I think
Because you love Stevie G. Not for
I also love Stevie G. I'm not
I do
going.
love Stevie G, but my football punditry brain is telling me that you're a fuckwit.
yeah.
No, it's telling me that
That's a real right there.
Villa coming off the draw with City, that could be the game that changes their season.
Yeah, true. I forgot
And
about that.
Massive
Yeah.
result, isn't
long
it?
So-
ago that I forgot about it.
You boys are saying Southampton.
Why couldn't they
I'm
fucking
saying
do that
Villa.
last season, eh? Dogs.
Anyway,
Sorry.
Who copped it
Aggression.
then?
I don't
Southampton.
know who it was.
Whoever he can aim it at.
Nottingham Forest versus Fulham. You got to go with Fulham there.
Yeah, got to go for
They've
pretty,
been red hot.
pretty sure Nottingham signed another player, Serge Aurier, out of the transfer window as a-
Why would you
Aurier.
sign
as a
him?
free agent. Like, come on, guys, how many do you need?
That's the only way you can get Aurier.
He was a punish to watch.
Oh my
we're all
God.
back and full in there, I think.
Yeah, I went doing that for football.
Come on, Wolves.
Wolves versus Man City. Man City drubbing.
Yeah, got to be Man City.
Wait,
okay.
Wolves did the double over them a couple of seasons ago.
Wolves,
Wait, Portugal are a good team, man.
We can send them our prayers.
if they get their stuff together, they might be all right. They got some good plays in their Wolves at home,
Yeah.
but I still think Man City are too strong. You can't.
So you going Wolves, Jake?
3-3 draw. Because
Jake's going
Haaland's
with
going to get a
draw.
hattie. Yeah,
can't.
wait, 3-3 draw. Haaland hattie.
Brighton Crystal Palace. Oh,
Fuck, if that gets up, I'm going to be a fucking
this is
legend.
a tough one now that Brighton have just been stripped of their entire
Yeah,
management.
Palace for sure.
Yeah, I'm going Palace.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You never know. You
Palace.
get that manager bounce because
You,
obviously
d-
it's
you
not
do
a manager.
you do when they get fired
Yeah, I was
after
going to
poor
say it's
form.
not a manager sack.
Like when
so
they get
it's like,
sucked out by the
Yeah,
money
when he's
vacuum.
left.
Yeah,
like,
he's
come
just,
on,
he's
Lallana.
just deserted him. They
Yeah.
kind of might just feel like
And Adam
hard-
Lallana hobbles in with a groin injury and says, right, boys.
I can't manage.
Yeah, it's a hard one, isn't it? Would you feel hard done by your manager if you just up and one-legged you for Chelsea?
Fuck
I
yeah.
guess if you...
I don't know.
I wouldn't.
Well,
'cause-
like, wouldn't Party as a human just go good on you?
Yeah, like, that's what
Like-
I mean.
Nah.
But at the same time, you're like...
Fuck him.
You'll probably, like, stay... Some players might have
Fucking-
stayed there.
Fucking dead to me.
All right, mate. All right, we get it.
Anyway, Lee, you were saying,
I don't think you do.
Jesus. Newcastle, Bournemouth. I got to go Newcastle. there.
Newcastle.
Bournemouth, as we said last week, their manager bounce is over, in
Yeah.
my opinion.
Yep.
Newcastle got way too much quality.
Yeah,
for
they do.
Bournemouth.
They have got quality across the park. Tottenham, Leicester.
Harry Kane loves this fixture, baby.
Yeah, no, you can't go
Leicester
past
have been
Tottenham.
fucking
Here we go.
trash too.
Harry
Get
Kane,
past Tottenham.
where you at?
Rogers sacked.
Brace first half. Shouldn't have had that run, boys. Nah, easy game for us. We love Leicester.
You lose
They're
your head in the
good.
last 10 minutes every time.
Just love Tottenham, mate.
Brentford, Arsenal. We got to get one back on Brentford after what they did to us first game last season. So Arsenal all day. That's one of the games I don't know if it'll be on because it is in London. They're both
Yes,
London teams.
that could be.
So
Same with the Spurs Leicester game. Could be
Spurs
postponed.
Leicester could also be.
I think if it
postponed.
goes ahead, Arsenal are going to want to make amends for the United game.
Well, we got to. I mean, we were blessed having Everton at home. This one we got Brentford, but we got to travel. So, like, to get back on the horse, I think they're not. They're not.
Well, it's
the
what you
they're
need
Not,
to happen, but what will happen.
they're not the worst fixtures to have to get back on the horse. That's what I'm trying
No.
to say.
I reckon Ivan Toney's got a goal on him.
Yeah, I don't care.
Let's hope he's got 3, mate.
Everton, West Ham.
Draw.
Dire affair. Dire affair.
Dire.
When are Everton going to shut us up? Are they ever going to do it?
No. Next season, the championship.
I don't.
They better hurry up and do it because they're becoming it.
No, did
But,
we
like,
say they
we
were
got-
going to stay up on
You got to
draws?
say you got to say the same about West Ham. Like, what are West Ham doing?
Oh no, 100. That's why I'm saying draw.
Yeah.
I just
You
can't
know
see one
what?
of them winning it.
You know what? We spoke at the start of the season like Nottingham Forest, Fulham. You know what we would have said?
Yeah.
Vanilla. You know what Everton West Ham is?
Oh.
Fucking vanilla.
Yeah.
That's what that is.
It's not even vanilla because vanilla's sort of nice. It's a glass of water. It's a glass
It
of
is.
hot water when you're singing for a drink.
And it's half full.
And it's been left in the back of a ute for like 6 months.
Or half
If you
empty.
drink it, it's going to make you sick. If you watch it, it's going to make you sick.
If you support it, you are sick.
Wow, we've really got carried away in this episode, haven't we?
It's the rum. Where's all the rum gone?
Manchester United.
Always gone.
Manchester United versus Leeds. I'm going Man United there.
That's a big game there.
Yeah.
That's an old.
Old
hate-filled rivalry,
derby,
isn't it?
That's
Rodrigo.
hooliganism.
Rodrigo.
He's out
He's
injured,
in,
mate.
they've lost him. Their
Rodrigo.
season's gone down the pisser since then.
Manchester United, I reckon, big win there.
Yeah, that's a bit of
United.
that's a bit of a
4-1.
hooliganism derby, isn't it?
It is, yeah. They don't like each other.
And last one, Chelsea versus Liverpool.
Could be postponed in London.
Yeah,
I hope it is postponed.
I want it to be postponed.
Yeah.
They're going to have the manager bounce with Potter. We got done bloody 4-1 in the Champions League.
And at the
I mean, in
bridge.
saying that, we do have
talk
Ajax
about Europe.
in the Champions League this week before that potential game. Hopefully, we bounce back in that.
I've heard that they're not like they might not even play some of the European games though,
I think it depends where they are.
Impact English teams.
because we're supposed to play PSV, but I've heard that could be called off because we're in London.
Apparently, they've identified some games that are more high risk than others. So that must be
Right.
something to do with fan base, I assume, from the travelling teams. Because I did hear
okay.
that the Arsenal PSV game they were worried about.
Oh, okay.
But then there's another London. It must be Chelsea in the Champions League,
Naughty
I guess.
Dutch, yeah.
And they weren't as worried about that.
Yeah, okay.
So yes,
Well, there we go. So
Time will tell.
that's the fixtures for next week. Still not sure what will go ahead. We'll probably do a potty next week, you reckon, fellas?
For sure.
I think
Yeah,
so, yeah.
100%.
Yeah, if that's what the people want, that's what the people will get.
Europe. Quickly touch on Europe.
You want to talk about Europe?
I'd like to. It's our
wanna-
first
you wanna make
Champions
the-
League win in a long time. So
Of course
please.
he does.
Liverpool boys talk about Europe.
I wanted to go home to be honest. I thought we were done.
All right,
Okay,
tell
we'll,
us, Steve.
we'll touch on it quickly.
Talk up how great your group stage win was, please.
Mate, you would. Well, you play on Friday, so
Yeah, like that's why I'm not talking
Mate,
it up.
I'm
Like,
gonna
here we
rub
are
that in
talking
all
group
season.
stages.
I'm going to rub that in. You could have made top 4. You
I'd
fucked
like-
it the last 2 weeks.
Can you talk
Don't
about
tell
Tottenham?
me you don't care
Can
about-
you not talk about Tottenham? Is that not what you started with? Talk about your shitty group stage win, mate. Let's go.
Mate,
Get it over and
You
done
would
with.
kill it to be in 4th spot last year. Anyway,
Still going
anyway,
like it affects me.
Anyway, It does. You're kicking me under the
We know
table.
it does.
It actually doesn't. I'm so far past it. It's not funny.
That's convenient.
Tell us about Spurs beef. How'd they
Okay,
go?
so 2-0 win.
Did City win?
We beat Marseille. Richarlison scored a brace. He cried, which I love.
Did you cry? Or were you watching the City game?
I'd be sleeping too on a Friday morning, mate. I don't get up to watch that trash. Anyway, big win. Love being there in Arsenal not. It's the best.
Oh my god!
This is
He
a
asked
great,
for this.
This is a great segment.
He
I'm
asked
sure
for this.
everyone wanted to hear about how Tottenham won their group stage game. Everyone.
Ooh, it sounds better when you say it. Say it again. Anyway,
Anyone else want to talk about it?
I don't want to talk about Champions League.
I don't
Personally.
need to talk about Europa League. So Ethan Taddy's
I'm
moment.
loving this. The bitterness is so, I can taste it.
Hey, I'm happy for you guys. I'm just devastated for us. It's not nice to go and get done 4-1.
Well, what happened?
I'm
We're
not
going to tell
happy for you
Pascal the
guys.
score. What happened?
Liverpool 1, Napoli 4. Always hard to go to Naples. Sort of saw it coming, to be honest. Felt like it was going to happen.
I thought a 2-0, not a 4-1.
Still disappointing. Hopefully, it's that sort of game where it happens and you get a fucking wake up call,
Yeah. Well,
and you know you can pick up from
Klopp
after
just
it.
cracking
who'd
the
you say
fucking
you got
whip.
this week?
Ajax.
Ajax.
Yeah,
Tough
so-
game.
Yeah,
At
Tough
home
game.
or away?
At home, I believe.
Oh, that's
Joe,
right.
is that correct?
Should be a win.
I think
Yeah.
so.
Yeah.
Well, I wouldn't fucking assume
Yeah,
that.
but it's tough for any European team to come to Anfield. Arsene
Yeah, but
Wenger.
Ajax
are a
great
Yeah,
team.
Arsene Wenger's
Anfield
playing
nights in
crap.
Europe.
Have you seen what
Europe.
Arsene Wenger said about Liverpool in the Champions League? Why they won the Champions League so many times and not
I did read it,
Yeah.
but remind me.
Anfield? You
Yeah.
think Anfield is the most hostile place to go to in Europe, and that's why.
What's your opinion of Anfield, mate?
Can you just let me talk for fuck's sake? Jesus Christ! Do you
He's a
want
bit
to hear it? Do
upset.
you want to hear
He
it or
has to
not?
play on Fridays.
No,
I
I'd sack
do.
it. I don't care anyway. Arsenal won their opening Europa League game. It's a cup. It's the cup we're going to win, so it doesn't matter anyway. Congratulations, everyone! Don't forget to like, subscribe, comment to the video. I'll put all the socials in down the bottom. Fantasy League code, as always, will be in the description.
Please join and you can win that jersey.
Yeah, win a jersey. I'm not sure of what description we haven't decided yet, but apparently we all put money in for it, so you just get to win something.
Ethan's putting in 120 himself.
And yeah, I
do
guess we'll see you next week. Whether there's games on or not, we'll be here, lads. So,
We will.
So then.
As always, fellas.
See you then, everyone.
Thanks,
catch you in
everyone.
the next one.